Hi, my name is YouShubes. Some of you guys know me as Shubham. It's a Spurs video podcast that some people have called YouTubes. I wish everyone, wherever you are, I hope you guys have had a wonderful Easter. For those of you who follow me on Twitter and Facebook, I think you know I've had a pretty decent Easter. I was in Brighton and where I saw Tottenham basically rescue and then win the game against Germany. So I'll talk a little bit about that and just how Premier League and everything else. Um, First of all, it was an interesting game. Um, people say, "Oh, should Eric Dyer close Tony Cruz down?" Yeah, he should have done, and probably could have done. But Tony Cruz is, first of all, an incredibly good player. Playing for Real Madrid, he World Cup winner. The guy's got an incredible pass on him, and he's very good at finding those pockets of space. To be totally fair, that should have been Nathaniel Klein's job. And I think we'll find out later whether on Tottenham podcast that my mates from the Carolinas do whether Roy was the numbness of the week for not picking Kyle Walker, having all five Spurs players. Because to be totally fair, maybe I'm biased and think Kyle Walker's the best English right back, and I think Klein's a very good right back. I think it'll be an interesting battle between the two, but why not have all five of them? Have all five of them that know how to play with each other so well. That's just my feeling on the matter. Then again, I would have started Vardy as well. Personally, I would have had Kane just behind. Personally, I don't know how Holland the team's going to go, but I'd have actually had, I don't know, say Barkley behind Vardy or something. Just to see how that then works, or Dele Alli or Harry Kane behind Vardy. But anyway, this is about Tottenham, not England. But yeah, who could have told the difference? Danny Rose was solid. Harry Kane, that was a beautiful bit of a turn. His ability to just generate that power. It's Shearer like. His understanding of how to find space in the box. It's Klinsmann-esque, and his ability to see the pass. Sharing I don't think he's not as good as all three of them, but to have all three qualities and the kid's 22, 23, says volumes really about how good he can and may go on to be. Eric Dyer, what I loved, for those of you know, I'm a huge fan of Vines and everything. He took the immediate as soon as he won. He said like the best thing was Harry's goal and Dele's miss. And I love there's a real camaraderie of spirit there. We've got a really good team there. So shout out to my boy Kevin G. It was his birthday on Saturday, and the Kevs. I hope you had a fantastic time. Um, you know, I've got to say that in he was like saying we should get Gareth Bale back. And there has been talk on something like we should get Gareth Bale back. I don't see it happening. You pay £80 million, 85 million pounds plus for a player. Paying incredibly high wages. We'd have to offer him more money to come back. I don't see us ever buying Gareth Bale back. Not really. I mean, he may want to come back, but it would be on greatly reduced terms. But more importantly, I don't want to play that was a Galactico. I understand why you have Galacticos, but I want a team. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing players like Messi and Suarez and Neymar and Cristiano Ronaldo, and it's a joy to watch these guys play. But what I like is a team and how they work together, how they work for each other. Really good, there was I think it was John Robertson, I think it was the Nottingham Forest, and Martin O'Neill said, my job was just to give him the ball and let him do his magic. We don't really have that player. I mean, Gazza was our last player that I would honestly say that just give him the ball and just let him win the game for us. I think football's moved on, football's evolved since then, and there are players that can win games single-handedly, but I like to think that Tottenham is a team effort. So just looking, obviously it's a tight race. I credit Leicester. I mean, people say, oh, it's not purist, they're very lucky, they're winning. History will not remember how they won, they'll remember if they won, But, the pressure's on them, the pressure's on us. Let's just see take it one game at a time. I like to think we can win the league. But if someone said to me that we would be in the top four, chances are we'll be in the top four spot come last July, I'd have bitten their hand off. trust me, their hands have been bitten. So, we've got what I wanted, and obviously I want the league title. Who wouldn't want to be league champions? But at the end of the day, I'm not revising, my invitations. I want to take it one game at a time. Hopefully, we beat Liverpool on Saturday, and hopefully, we can just keep it going. I think we're a very good side. I mean, for those, I did this funny post about. And actually, I've got to give thanks to Tash, by the way, for reminding me we did have Moussa Dembele, plays for the Belgian Red Devils. I was saying this thing about, oh, do you know what? The only boys that can make England red are Spurs boys, and I was like, and then Tash goes, actually, hello, Musa, Toby, and I'm Jan. I'm like, oh, Nasser. I'm like, oh, why would you do that to me, Tash? But she's right. I like about Moussa Dembele, but people don't. I like Moussa. Is that you can just give him the ball. He has this one great ability. You just can't get the ball off him. Physically, he is probably one of the strongest guys, pound for pound, that plays, and he's got that ability just to hold possession. He won't pass the ball brilliantly, but he's shown instincts to want to pass the ball. He's shown a willingness to shoot, and sometimes his weaker foot. I mean, I was there for the Anderlecht game, and I swear to God, time stood still as that ball went in. It was, what would you reckon about, Bert agrees. He was just like speechless, honestly, but he's still speechless. That's Bert the grappling dummy. So he was still speechless from that. But no, I like to think going forward, I think we can, we've really improved. I think we need to add quality to our team. I personally, if someone said to me who I'd like to bring a couple of midfielders, for me, Bitzel, if he's available with 1 year expiring his contract, say 10, 12 million, fees, it's not the fees really, it's the wages. And obviously a player like his quality could go to China, take a shitload of money, I wouldn't blame him. Or, one of our rivals could say, look, we'll offer you a lot more money. Me personally, if a player goes to another club because they want more money, let them. I'm not going to be too bothered about it. I want players that want to play for Tottenham. There's a really good article by Stefan Blue about the disconnect between fans and players. And I'm not saying that disconnect is still there, but Yamatongan, and as polite as he was, he really wasn't too, like chatty as say, like a guy like Ryan Mason or Harry or any of the boys that actually grew up, or Andros, who would actually grow up watching Spurs. Do you know what I mean? He wouldn't be as chatty as that, but he definitely, definitely, I mean, it's just not, it's not there. I don't blame him not having that connection, but definitely we've got players that I think, we want to keep that good ethos there. Obviously, that Bashuayi, I can't pronounce his last name, but that's a player I'd like for us to bring in. I think he can lead the line. He can play any of the front three, and obviously we've got Clint coming back. Who knows? Clint could show his form. He can clear himself the injuries, get a run in the team. He's got the pace. He could show. I think he's a bit more quality than Josh Onham, and hopefully we'll see some of that quality come through. You've got other, and Sonny. I think we'll yet to see the best of him. He's a player that did miss preseason, as did Clinton, and who knows? We can see maybe the best out of those two guys. We haven't really seen Clint actually play up as a striker, and we probably won't do now because we're out of the Europa. But definitely do, and do you know what? It's interesting because we also look if we play the best. I played our best against Dortmund. How would we have done? And maybe we would have lost quite badly, and maybe we would have done. But I think Dyer doing as well as he did, Dele doing as well as he did, Danny, Harry. I'd like to think. Oh, Hummels wasn't playing, and maybe like I said, it is just a friendly. But I'd like to think that our boys shown in that game that they can be amongst the best players. They have the right to be there. They've earned that right to be there. And Vardy, great goal. He showed his quality and showed why he's so dangerous. And why if we do get to beat Leicester, it will be a very very difficult challenge because Leicester are a good side. And so those would be the three. I possibly people have talked about Kevin Vimmer. Obviously, people are debating like, well, Yam's actually back, but I'm saying no, it's a meritocracy. My thought personally, I think Yamatongan should bide his time. And if I'm Kevin Vimmer, I'm thinking, shit, I better really raise my game because Yang can come in any time. He's got that understanding with from the Toby because they play together. I've really got to step it up. So I'm actually going to go for a clean sheet. I think we will. I'm hoping we'll see a clean sheet. Um, and someone like Yamatongan, I'm personally thinking, do you know what? Say Eric Dyer still got to be wary of like getting bookings. Maybe playing. I actually said to my friend Jerry, and he can testify to this. I actually said that Toby's coming in. You've got Yamatongan. I'm thinking maybe put Danny, Eric Dyer in defensive midfield. Did I think he did this well? No, never in a million fucking years did I think he did as well. But he is, him, Dele Alli, they've confounded my expectations. And Toby, if anyone that haven't got Toby as their player of the season, dude, you better fucking go back to Specsavers. I mean, Dembele's been great, Dele Alli's been great, Harry Kane went around, and Hugo has always been great. He's always great. But Toby, man, that guy has shot up our defence. Possibly the best defender I've seen at the club since Ledley King. Purely, I've not seen anyone that just literally, just gives confidence to that defence as much as he does. And so yeah, I'm hoping. I don't think our fullbacks will stay as they are. They'll improve and evolve. Centre halves, well, we've got Conor because Eric Diamond can step up. Maybe do we need to get a fifth centre half? Maybe not. Me personally, I think we should look to bring two players. I'm not bringing Carrick. I think he's got the experience. He can come in. He can show some of the younger lads like Carroll and Harry Winks. About the passing, he definitely showed a lot. I think Eric Dyer will learn a lot from him. And someone like Witzel, who's played at the right back, who can play at centre half even and play at defensive midfielder. He's very, very versatile. He fits in with that whole top football. And definitely my press my down is about Johan Cruyff. It's an interesting. I've never seen Johan Cruyff play in live. I wasn't old enough, but it's rare that a player can have. A lot of players go into coaching. And a lot of coaches worth, and there are a lot of there's a lot of players who weren't really great coaches, great players, but ended up being great coaches, and a lot of great players who ended up being sucky coaches. For a man to succeed in both, and to have such an incredible legacy in both, it's incredible. So, so rest in peace, Johan Cruyff, and I hope you get to smoke all the cigarettes and lollipops you wanted to, because that's just he was a phenomenal player. To have a move named after you, so yeah. Obviously we play the Dutch tomorrow. Carl Walker will play, so it'll be interesting because obviously we don't play our fullbacks more than twice a week. So hopefully he might be subbed off at us at half time. I'm hoping. Whatchamacallit. Sure, Poch had a word when they were training in England together. So do you know what? My boy's only playing half the game, and you bring him right off. But we're playing a game a week. We can rest. I think it's 7 cup finals, and I think our strongest team. I don't really, I'm not saying. I was training jiu-jitsu today, and I was saying I don't know people do this. I get really scared. It's respect something, don't fear it. Because sometimes you get caught on it, and so will you be afraid? No, you respect your opponents, you don't fear them. And I respect all our opponents. I don't fear them, and like I said, I think we can really do it. So we finish this up very quickly because running low over time, and I know Ellie doesn't let me go over 10 minutes. I have done. So big shout outs to the Tottenham Murray podcast. So Sammy Zed, really cool guy. Kit Saxton I've already met, and hopefully only Simon I haven't met yet. So I'm looking forward to meeting you very soon. All the guys in California, the California Spurs, hopefully I've never been to California, but I'm hoping to go to San Diego one day to meet, train with Atos and all those guys, and Tim Sled. And hopefully I'll meet Maddie and Ben from San Diego, and so yeah, and look forward to meeting a whole bunch of the Spurs family. If I can make it to the Carolinas, where guys like the voice and the incredible guys behind Tottenham podcast, that'd be awesome. And so yeah, I'm gonna borrow a line from the Tottenham podcast. I hope they don't sue me, but I'm gonna say, be kind to one another, unless the other person's wearing red. Wankers!